Welcome to a new studio vlog, guys. Today is Wednesday. I may be looking a little bit different to you right now. That's because I've had all the bleach taken out of my hair. Currently it's in that, I love it by the way. Currently it's in that phase where the colour's really rich after you have it done, and after a few washes it'll like come into its own. So I'm leaving it alone for a few days, letting it be. Really looking forward to having bleach-free hair for a while. As much as I love it, I love my hair lighter, but it's my birthday on the 26th, I'm turning 42, and I just fancy something different. Had an inch or so cut off, a few layers put in. So yeah, I've just worked it up like this today because of time. Let it relax. It's in a little relaxed bun. So yeah, yesterday I was meant to pick up and start vlogging and I didn't because I was at the hairdresser's, and then I came home and I had some lunch, and then I went and did some work in the garden. So in the garden right now, basically, when we moved into the house, it was a postage stamp design garden, you know, like rectangular, turf laid down, and then we had it done, and I'll insert a picture of the before and the after. There's no kids in this family, and so we don't need grass really, so my ideal kind of garden is very like higgledy-piggledy, pots everywhere, cottage garden style. So now I'm in the process of like putting soil conditioner in with the soil, because around here it's clay soil, which is not a problem. There's loads of worms in the soil, which I hear is a good thing, but I'm just putting in soil conditioner so that gradually over time the worms can do their job. I keep adding the soil conditioner in and mulch and all these things, and it'll become a great environment, but it's a bit of a project. So right now there's two huge flower beds. I popped in some plants that I bought in the winter time, so currently they're like twigs with new shoots on top, so you can't even really see them. Taking care of those, turning the soil over, and yeah, really enjoying it so far, but there's a lot of work and it probably won't come into its own. Like there's a honeysuckle that's been planted, and that's obviously going to grow over the pergola, but that's going to take time. So yeah, it's an ongoing project, but that's what I was doing yesterday, so I didn't get time to vlog because I was out there merrily digging away for ages. Today, as I said, is Wednesday. I've just started watching a course that's a free little workshop course by Bonnie Christine. I think her name's Bonnie Christine, and it's about surface pattern design. So I kind of do surface design work in terms of like my repeat patterns that I put on notebooks and things, but I'd like to learn a lot more about creating fabrics and wallpapers, and all those things. So I'm doing this course, and it is like an introduction into her bigger course, obviously, otherwise, you know, it wouldn't be free, but it's a great place to kind of start. And so I just watched the first episode of that. The first one. There's another one that comes out today, and yeah, so far so good. Really excited to get stuck in with that. Other jobs for today. It's already 12 o'clock almost, so other jobs for today, other than training or walking. Currently it is pouring with rain. It was blue skies all day yesterday and gorgeous, and I thought today that I could walk to the gym and then train and walk home to get my walk and training done together, but currently it's pouring, so best not. Today I've got a couple of things to catch up with that I didn't get done yesterday. One of those is also to watch a workshop about Pinterest. I have an order to pack, I have an email to send, and I want to carry on drawing some cards, so I'll do those things. But like I say, it's already 12 o'clock, so I'm a little bit running behind. Didn't wake up till late as well, so I think I'll pack my order first. The order is for one of my favourite products, my yellow floral notebook. So yeah, like I say, this one's mine. I love these notebooks. Look how chunky they are. They are proper chunky monkey notebooks, and I love them. I still love this pattern. I want to do more with this pattern. I think I also have wrapping paper in this pattern. Obviously I sold my wall planners that were in this pattern too, but I do want to do some other stationery in this design because it's just so, it makes me happy to look at it. With all the daffodils coming up for spring, I think it would be a really nice one to create a couple of other things. I should probably do that sooner rather than later, I think, so I might look at that soon. Today I really want to test out this printer as well. I'm setting myself quite a lot of goals for today. It's already 12 o'clock. Okay, let's pack the order for this, and then I'm going to carry on playing something in the background that I'm listening to whilst I do that. But let's get that order packed away, and I have to get them collected. These go in small parcel boxes because they're so chunky. Seriously guys, the paper in this notebook is so smooth. and so lovely to write on. If you haven't got any of my notebooks yet, definitely get one, but I highly recommend these ones. This is like my business notebook. I keep all sorts of stuff in here, but it would make, and I know that one of my friends, Amy, she uses hers for a journal, and she said to me that she really loves it, so highly recommend. Imagine the Pinterest photos with some daffodils with this. Imagine. It's so dark today, guys. Right, I packed my order. Unfortunately, Royal Mail have told me that at the moment they're not collecting anything from this address. That's useful. So I'm gonna have to drive that to the parcel post box. Now, I'm gonna open this. I've teased this. I teased this at the end of my last vlog. I'm sure you've all been waiting with bated breath to see the card folding device. I have no idea what this, all I've seen is people recommended this. So let's crack it open. Ta-da! So this, basically, you line your card up on here and it's got like little grooves, and then you use the tool to score it down and miraculously fold your card without any creases, which is what we need. So a lot of my cards I'm still going to be doing professionally printed, which is what I mentioned in my last vlog, but some of them that are the ones that I think that may not be the best sellers, or while I'm trying out different designs for Sweary Cats or the Evening Studio, or that middle business that I was waffling on about in the last vlog. If you haven't seen that, check out the last one for my rant about what the hell I'm doing. This will be useful. I can fold cards quite well, but the easier that I can make it for myself, the better. So this should be, hopefully, the way forward. I will link this below in case anybody's interested, but hopefully in this vlog we shall try it together. On the iPad now, I think I'm just going to focus on this today and see if I can print out some examples of it. So what I need to do, I'm not sure whether I want to change or add some texture to this red, so I think I need to do that first. The back of the card, I don't know if I showed you this at the end of the last one, maybe I didn't, so let me get rid of that. The back of the card will be like this. Not necessarily both of these aren't the right size, these are just shape I've created, but the back of the greeting card will have, like, you know, my sticker that I've got that says Evening Studio, stationery, gifts and whatever it says. I'll obviously make it smaller. So I've continued the theme of the scallop edge around the back of the card, the pink from the back of the tulip on the back of the card, and then this will be either a rectangle or this shape where it'll say the SKU code. Again, it will be reduced right down. I might actually make this into a little rectangle now that I've seen it again. They'll be a lot smaller, they're just things I've drawn, so I'm going to change this maybe to a rectangle. I like, the reason I'm doing it in Procreate is because I like that it's done, you see how the edges aren't straight, it's done with dry ink, so it's like the theme of the card, so I'll need to change that. But yeah, I'll basically now make my mind up what I'm doing with this red, and whatever I do to the red, if I add texture, I need to do to the bit that follows on onto the other side. Change that to a rectangle, export it out of Procreate into Photoshop, add on the wording, I'll see what fits and add that in there. Once I've done that, I'll lay it out, you know, as a card in Photoshop, and then I'll need to start looking into the settings that I need to print a card, and I'm going to do a couple of versions of that. I'm going to do some research on the internet so that I can find the best settings for my printer, and then we can check that out together, and then we can cut it on the guillotine and try and fold it. I am just heading off to the gym. I think I said to you in a previous clip that I was going to test out the printer. I have just tested out the printer, but I have to run because if I don't get to the gym at a certain time, the traffic builds up, etc, etc. But first impressions of my first print, I'm pretty happy with it. I've got definitely some tweaks that need to happen in terms of like saturation and vibrancy, but that's okay. I tried 2 settings and there was definitely a slight difference. I'll show you the comparison if I have a chance when I get home. If not, it'll be tomorrow. But I'm going to go to the gym now. I've got a bit of upper body training to do, and then from there I'm going to go and pop this parcel in the post box and then get myself back home and showered and carry on with my print experiment, because I really want to get a group of Mother's Day cards up ASAP. So let's go to the gym. I just got in from the gym and I thought that I would show you quickly what I did before I left. This is my office assistant here, looking as cute as ever. You okay, Giz? Very sleepy. She's definitely turning into a little bit more of an old lady than she used to be. Bless her little heart. She's starting to struggle to jump up on things a little bit now. Aren't you, darling? You're so cute. Okay, so first of all, let me just turn the brightness down a wee dram. Okay, there's a couple of things before I start. One is that the Positive Vibes collection and the SKU applies to a different card, and also just to note that I'm not entirely happy with how the back of, like, the white bits look yet. Forget about that for a second. Also, interestingly, my new font, when I come to print from a PSD document, that's just Photoshop, so I had to save it as a PDF to enable me to print it. Okay, there are a couple of other things design-wise that I'm going to change, but for now, let me talk to you about this. This is the first time I've printed out from my new printer in like a proper manner in terms of colour and brightness and trying to make it look a certain way. So I read a couple of articles about settings, and I've printed two different types of print. The first one that I printed was this first one here. This one was printed on the setting of matte paper, and excuse like the black marks on it. I need to get a new guillotine because my other one is like secondhand and old, and it's got like those that I can't even clean it. It's beyond help. I'm really happy with the quality of this print. Obviously there's a lot that might not translate very well on here. So that is on matte paper printing, and then the other one I did on photo paper, I think. First glance, it doesn't look a lot different until you line them up, and again, this might not translate on camera, but the pinks are, this one's paler, and then the greens, you see they're richer here, so I'm definitely happy with this print. Let me just turn that over out of the way. So the other thing I've noticed on here, which I think I'm going to change, is the way that let me move a minute, hang on. The way that I wanted these cards to, this particular range to look, is that you could see some of the marks within them. So if you look at the tulip itself, you can see that there's scribble marks, maybe not so much on the camera, but there's scribble marks and textures and different things that I've used. And when I look at the red scalloped part, you can see there's a bit of a white dash in the middle of the screen there. That's where I've not kind of coloured in properly. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the red scalloped section of the card, and I'm going to just make that pure red colour with no colouring in lines or anything like that. So that's a lot more kind of like opaque, and it just looks better and more kind of crisp and saturated. But I'm going to leave this section to look like it's hand drawn. And then the other thing is, obviously I need to work out what I'm doing on the back of the card, but I'm really happy with how this looks. I may experiment with a couple more settings, but overall, really happy with how this looks. Are you pleased? Are you pleased? Gizmo is very interested because I have 3 Nutella coated corn crisp cake things here, and she's definitely, oh, maybe not so much now, doesn't look interested anymore. She's changed her mind. Good morning. Good morning. Look at your back legs. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Happy Thursday. Since I last saw you, I made some changes to the card that I last showed you, I think on just the previous clips or so. I'm actually editing you in the background. A bit weird, isn't it? I think I said to you that I was going to change the back of the card. This was the card with the old other greeting card details on the back. It looks so different on screen. This looks really lilac-y. I guess it's a little bit lilac-y. Do I need to change that? No, I don't. I like it. Okay, so a couple of things. First thing is, I tried the folding machine without you. We're going to do it together in a minute. And as I did it, I remembered what the girl said on the clip on YouTube where I saw the machine being used. She said, don't run the the folding tool all the way to the end of the card because it will rip the bottom, and by Jove, she was right because I did it. So I don't know if you can see, there's a little white section here where it's ripped, but other than that, the fold is as it would be if I had it done via my usual printing suppliers. So that particular machine went well. The guillotine, I think I mentioned in a previous clip, marked the card. The guillotine my dad gave me, it's probably like more than second hand, it's probably quadruple hand. So I ordered a new one, but also because I want an A3 one, and for when I do get my A3 prints, so I ordered another one. So that's coming, but these are all experiments, so I don't mind if the card is marked for that. These are all just print experiments. So last night I had a good old shuffle around with the back of the card. So it's gone from this with the white boxes and the logo and stuff like that. Hello camera, there you go. And it's gone to this, which I really like. So I like the scallop edge being this way round. It's a lot more simple, I really like it. And if you remember, I said to you that I was going to try and get rid of the pencil marks and make the red part more opaque, and get rid of like the scribbly pencil marks, because the flower itself is a little bit textured and you can see around the edge that it's been drawn with like a pencil tool or like dry ink, and I wanted that. But now I think I've got it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use my slightly dodgy old guillotine, we're going to use a card folding machine, we're going to cut this, we're going to fold it together, and we'll have a look at it then. This guillotine, like I said, is quite old, and so when it comes to lining it up, it isn't actually that easy because it sticks. There's no way, like if I line it to the plastic thing, that still gives you a 5mm gap, so I've got to come forward a bit. So none of these cuts are particularly perfect. I'm hoping that the one I've ordered will be better. Now we're going to fold it. My red on the card isn't exactly central. I've given myself a bit of leeway, which I don't mind seeing on the other side of the card because not many people do look at the other side of the card. So you just got to line it up as best you can. I'm going to go, this could be wrong, and again I'm going to have to get used to this. I'm going to go here and I'm going to place my tool here. All I've got to remember is when I get to the end not to like push down too hard. I'm probably going to make that mistake several times. So you use this side of the tool, pop it in the little groove there, and when I saw the video the girl did, she did it a couple of times. I think it's just getting used to the pressure you can do with the card stock that you're using. Can you see this all right? Yeah. Fold it up, and there you go, that's much better. Look at that, perfect. I couldn't have gone better. So you'll see there that it looks like a really nice professional fold, and then on the inside obviously it's blank. These are all marked on my guillotine, which won't be there when I get my new one, but that fold has actually worked out really beautifully and I haven't ripped it at the bottom. So in contrast to the first one that I did, you'll see, if it focuses, that the bottom is ripped here where it isn't ripped there, and how much more vibrant that red is as well. It's the same tone of red, it's just that it's not scribbled on with a sort of slightly translucent pencil tool. And that is my first made at home card. Pretty happy with that. What do you think? It's Sunday today and I haven't vlogged for a couple of days. I think the last clip you would have seen was me drawing a bunch of flowers on the iPad, which I'd quite like to try and print off now. And before I shut this vlog down, although I put the vlogs up on Tuesday, I usually stop vlogging on Monday, I'm going to stop vlogging today because the vlog's quite long. So I'm going to do a few bits with you today and hopefully take you on a walk again and see if my horse friend that was there the other day, have I put him in this vlog? I don't know if I have. If not, I'll put a little picture of him here. I met him, I'm assuming it's him, didn't look. I met him on a walk this week and he's so cute and I really want to see if he's there again today. So the plan for today is, it's currently 11:30. The plan for today is to do some work in my office. I've got a surface pattern workshop to catch up on, do some work on these cards. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to try and print them off live here with you now. And then go for a walk around 3 o'clock, come back, and then I've got a few bits I bought in M&S to do a roast. I haven't had a roast since Christmas. I'm hoping to do that, and then next week, my birthday is a week today. I'm really hoping that next week I will go to the Eden Project. I really need to go for work because I want to draw some leaf shapes, get re-inspired, and just take a little sketchbook with me and draw some stuff. So I'm hoping that I can take myself there as like my birthday trip next week. I do have an appointment on Wednesday at 4, so I can't do Wednesday, but potentially next week, maybe Thursday. I could perhaps do Thursday. So maybe we'll go to Eden Project together next week, but we'll see. You'll find out in next week's vlog. Let me turn you around. I want to show you 2 cards I did. Obviously the little clip you saw previously of the bunch of flowers card, but also I did one other one which is a bit random, but I kind of like it, to go with the Mother's Day one that you've already seen, which I need to launch these this coming week, so I've got quite a lot to get done. This is the card that you would have seen me drawing on the iPad. I wanted basically one that's like a happy Mother's Day in general, so this is obviously what this one says. If I take the background too light, you lose some of the details in like the daisies and stuff. So then I've got this one here, this little fella. And this says Happy Mother's Day from your favourite child. This one's a lot more sort of simple in design. There's not a lot of detail on the flowers, the leaves in the background. But I've also done this one to cover a ginger cat and basically a white cat. So I need to print these all off and see what they come out like. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to try, I need to save them all as PDFs first, then I'm going to try and print them out. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just print off, say, like the black cat first, just to check the leaf colouring and stuff before I change them all to PDFs. And then the same on this one. Okay, I'm just waffling because I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to save these as PDFs and then I'll come back to you. I don't know if you remember that I mentioned in a previous clip that my new fonts are crashing Photoshop, so if anybody knows how to deal with that, let me know. And I just tried to print from the Photoshop document, which of course crashed it. So, okay. I've made this a PDF, so we're gonna print this now. It won't crash now, it's a PDF. I'm going to, I don't know if it's save the settings, Epsom matte, rear paper feeder, and then also just remembering with the paper as well, it has a slightly textured, I don't know if you probably can't see this on camera, but it has a slightly textured side and then a smoother side. So it prints out, the print will be on this side, so make sure that that is the smooth side. This opens up. It always reminds me of the little, those of you that watch the film Alien, where the little alien's mouth shoots out from inside its mouth. Okay, here we go. It's come out really vibrant, which is amazing. I would say, looking at it, that I potentially want to take this skin tone to less peach. I'm just going to have a little close-up look. Very saturated, which I don't mind, you know. There's some details that potentially are getting a little bit lost that I might have to adjust slightly. So I think I'm going to play around with it and have a little look. For example, I mean, it looks perfect, but the issue I've got is this flower here, this red one, has that little lines going through it, which you can't see. They're very subtle on the actual drawing, but I mean, you can see all of the other details and everything though, which is lovely. And obviously because it's really small as well, so there is that. Okay, I'm going to have a quick mess around with changing, see if I can change this red flower and see if I can change this skin colour, and then we'll go again. Also, I have my new guillotine to try, so exciting days. In other news, welcome to the world of small business and finding weird problems in things. I've just seen, let me take the brightness down a bit, I've just seen this going on. This is the original iPad artwork, so now I'm going to go and get the iPad, zoom in and see what this is all about, because albeit you can barely see it on the card, but Why? It's still there. Why is it there? Why? Okay, the mystery thickens. This is the iPad. It's not there. So what's happened between me? What have I done to it? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Oh, guys. I'm gonna resend this file to Google Drive. I'm gonna re-edit. There's not a lot of editing to do, but I'm gonna re-edit and also try and sort out that flower issue that I've got as well. And we'll go from there. Okay guys, so we all saw that on my iPad, this mark was not there. This is the new document. I don't know why this is happening. I do not know what is going on. Oh look, I've done an overlayer there. Okay, this is not the end of the world now, I understand. So somewhere up here on my layers, I have got one layer that is obviously that one. Yeah, where I've laid the petal over that thumb bit, it's putting a line around. Okay, I can patch this. Okay guys, so what I'm doing now is I've basically created a layer at the top of everything, colour matched things, and now I'm just using the paintbrush tool just to go in and go over whatever these lines are from the layers that I created. I don't know why that's happened. If anybody does know why, please let me know. But I'm just going to fix that and then we're basically there. But I've just got to colour match into the shadowy bit and then it'll be fine. And then we try again. Printed out some more versions of these cards now. This isn't the best one to show you because I folded it wrong, but I'm now happy with this flower here. I've solved that problem. It's all about troubleshooting, isn't it? And I've still got more versions of this with different skin tones to print. And then I have, I've done my cat cards. So I've got this guy, they're all exactly the same, just different colour little cats. Super happy with how these came out. I'll show you them all together. So here they are in their little group. What I have realised is I just said to Joe, I haven't got like a brown tabby cat, but do you know what? I can't do every single cat. Maybe that's something I can work on in the future, but for now, these are the options. And like Joe said, the middle one is like dark ginger, sort of a browny ginger. So, you know, you just got to go with it. I bought Joe a Valentine's card with a cat on it, and it was a white cat, and Gizmo's definitely not white. So, you know, this is not a personalised card. So that is that. Yeah, so pretty happy with those. So we're going to get ready and go for a walk now. Hopefully Mr. Horse Friend will be there and will ease some of the stress that I'm having today, because there's quite a lot of it. So let's go. I am going to shut down this studio vlog here, guys, because it's dawned on me that actually this vlog is really long. I think I said that a few clips ago, but now it's even longer. But I just thought I would show you at the end. I know I showed a little clip just now, but these Mother's Day cards will be coming out on Wednesday morning. So tomorrow morning when you're watching this, if you're watching it on the day it came out. If you're watching this 2 years later, you missed it. So I've got the 3 cat designs, which are... I've just done an Instagram story and I basically said I'm fully aware that there are a lot of other cat patterns, colours, types, breeds, whatever. I don't have time to draw all of those. So for this year, this Mother's Day, you could actually get this card. It doesn't exclusively say Mother's Day on it. So basically it's a little cat sat in front of some leaves and it says, Happy Mother's Day. Oh, it does say Mother's Day. Oh my god. Do I even know what I'm doing? I am going to change this card after Mother's Day to say happy birthday or just with love from your favourite child. That's the plan. I think I had it in my mind that that's what I was going to do. Guys, it's been a really stressful couple of days. I cannot. Anyway, let's just carry on. So this card here, this is what it says. But I will be doing other versions of this with something else written on it. And I have that available in these 3 cat colours. Hopefully you can find one. I mean, this would be a really lovely card to send from the cat, but also you could just send it randomly to your cat loving mum from you being their favourite child, you know? I am losing my plot, if I ever had a plot in the first place. The other 2 cards I have is this one here, which you've definitely seen in this video, which is the giant tulip one. I love that it also matches my nail varnish, also the pattern that goes around the back too. And then finally we have this one. Ooh, this one, which I have done some other skin tones for the hand, which you'll see if you go on my shop. This is a serious subject for me because it's a difficult one to get it right, and I am nowhere near perfect at getting this right. I am obviously, again, like the cats, I am aware that humans come with many different skin tones. For now, I've got 3, 4, either 3 or 4, and I know that that's not completely perfect, but I also see it as a work in progress to make sure that I'm covering as many kind of skin tones as I can. But always know that I'm trying to get better at that. But I am but a small business and I print these now at home on my own and there's a fly in my office. So yeah, anyway, so these ones are all available from Wednesday, and I'm going to say the date. It is from Wednesday the 22nd of February. These will be available for Mother's Day. And you can expect to see a lot more cards coming into my shop now that I have the printer, and it just allows me a lot more flexibility. And also what I love about this cardstock that I'm currently using, it's the same thickness as the cardstock that I always use, but because it's matte, some of my cards I get printed matte professionally and the other ones I get printed have a slight satiny front, but because with this matte paper what it means is the ink absorbs a lot more into the paper because there's not a coating, and what that produces then is these really vibrant prints, which I personally am a massive fan of. So yeah, if you're looking for a Mother's Day card, there are a few options here, and it's great because I don't normally get to do these occasions because I can't afford to get 50 cards printed and then not sell them. So the way I'm doing it now is to print them per order. I'll have a few ready to go, and they're going to come with a, I haven't got one to hand, just one of my craft envelopes, like a brown envelope as well. So right guys, I am going to stop waffling. I will see you in the next vlog. Please give this vlog a little thumbs up. It really does help. I know everyone says it, but it really does help the channel. Thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed recently. I think we're up to about 723 subscribers now. It's only taken 100 years, but it's really great. And if you know anybody who's into small businesses, likes watching behind the scenes stuff, has a small business, likes stationery, might be interested in seeing this nutter, then please do let them know about this channel. But I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye guys.